Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on today's flight. We'll take the Airbus A319, of course the Toliss A319, on a short hop from Heathrow to Jersey, the little island of Jersey in the Channel Islands. So without further ado, let's step in and start powering up. We're in complete cold and dark, so we start with that. Now engine masters are off, engine mode selector is normal, weather radar is off, and PWS is off. Landing gear is down, windshield wipers are off. Batteries, we have more than 25.5, so we can turn them on. External power available, and put that on. And voilà, we have the screens test for 40 seconds, so we'll take this time to load the plane. We have our operational flight plan here, and let's start loading. Zero fuel weight for today, 55.6. There we go, and the block fuel is going to be 4.2. There we are. Okay, that's loaded. Screens are up. We can go ahead and do APU fire test. Yeah, all fine. The lights are all good. In-op system, I guess that's an old message. Yeah, now everything is okay. Push recall. See if there's anything coming up. Nothing. Door page, oxygen full. Hydraulic page, the reservoir fluid is all in the green. And engine page, we have 9.5 plus 0.75 every hour of flight. It's a very short flight, 11.7, 11.9. That's all good. Now the flaps are 0 and 0 on the ECAM. Speed brake is retracted and disarmed. Brake indicator is, well, close enough to the green. Parking brake is on and showing 2000 psi, so that's all good. Check all the circuit breakers, they're all in, not more than the Toliss, but it's just part of the flow. And gear pins and covers are on board and stored. Let's start with a little preparation. Overhead, we have crew oxygen supply is on, ground control recorder. This is again not modeled, but normally you will push it 3 seconds and wait for the pin. Captain and purse for the evacuation. That's just your SOP. Terrain system, yeah, we expect that fault. ADIRS 1, 2, and 3. Strobe lights auto, nav lights 1, seat belts, no smoking, and emergency light armed. Probe window heat is on. Landing elevation is auto. Pack flow normal. Today we have 132 passengers, so we'll leave it normal. Here everything is okay. Fuel pumps, we leave them off until we do the power switch. Over here everything is okay. We'll then come down and check the standby instrument. Let's go and check the QNH. QNH today is 999. Low pressure today. Airport elevation is correct. Let's take our charts in meantime. EGLL 83 feet and it's showing 80 feet, and that's good. Clock is fine, current 11:27 UTC. I switched on GPS. Anti-skid and always steering is on. In terms of radio, we are on VHF 1. There is no VATSIM today, so unfortunately we cannot do that. Lights are all good. Weather radar, multiscan auto, GCS auto, and with tilt up to 5 degrees. Cockpit door normal. Switch insulator all to normal. Thrust lever is idle. Engine masters and mode selector where they should be. Parking brake is on. Gravity gear extension door stored. And transponder, we'll just put the altitude reporting to on, above, and we'll leave it on standby. We're all good. We can start programming the FMGC. There we go. So today A319-100 CFM and database is current. Init page. Let's enter it manually. So today is going to be Echo Golf Lima Lima to Echo Golf Juliet Juliet. Alternate today is going to be Lima Foxtrot Romeo Delta. Flight number, we are Speedbird 2770. 2770. Cost index for today is going to be 0. Yeah, COVID, tough times. So cost index at the moment is very low. Cruise flight level 290. Align the IRS. Go on to flight plan. And let's enter the flight plan. So today we're gonna go from 27 right. Departure 27 right via Goxie 2 Foxtrot. Transition none. And after Goxie we're going N621 Airways N621 to Sam, and then N63 to Lelna. Insert on the map, all good. After Lelna, arrival is going to be into runway 08, ILS 08 via the Juliet Whiskey 1 X-ray. And the via is, yeah, via JV. There we go. No, actually. No, that's going to make us come back. So what we're going to do. ILS 08. Let me check there. No via, direct. Still wants to go to JV, but we don't want to go there, so make it a little quicker, otherwise it would make us go all the way back to the airport to the viewer and then come back, and we don't want that. It's gonna take too long. Let's stitch up the flight plan like this, and we make it a direct arrival. Perfect. 173 miles, which should be less than the operational flight plan. Oh no, that wasn't considered the procedure, so 174, yeah, that's the same. Perfect. That's all in. So second flight plan, we'll copy the active, and I'll go and do a return onto Heathrow. Let's go to Goxie, and then after Goxie we'll enter coming back onto Heathrow, and we're gonna do it 27 right, no star, no via, and no transition, and we'll insert that. Second flight plan, performance, just enter the data for the approach back into Heathrow in case you're coming back. QNH 999, temperature 12 and wind 214, 12 and 214. DH of 200, and that's it. Perfect. Right nav, let's check our charts. There we go, airport, and then departure Goxie. Goxie 2F, we said, right? Goxie 2 Foxtrot. Okay, yeah, we can put something there. We can put London. We are 113.6 on a course of 256, and then we can put Woodley, NDB, and then we can put OCK 268. There we go, so we have a backup in case we lose our GPS. Let's now do, so diff strip, init B. Okay, init B, 55.6 tons and 29 CG. Block fuel 4.2. There we are. That tends to differ quite a lot from the OFPs, so let's check that. Alternate. For diversion we need 0.7. The reserve contingency is, well, let's put 0.7 as well. Flight is 1.8, 42 minutes, here we have 1.4. Well, we're going to use considerably less, so an extra 100 kilos. We're good. Takeoff weight is 59.6, and that's it. And landing weight is 58.2, as we have a few extra kilos of saving. So that's good. Now, proc page will optimal list 370, the 372, the flight level, but of course it's too short, we're not going to make it, so we'll leave it to 9. Then EGLL-27 right, in case we need to come back. I will finish with the performance page. V1 149, VR 149, and V2 152. Transition altitude is 6,000. Flaps is going to be 1, and flex temp is going to be 6.5. We said the altitude is 80, so thrust reduction acceleration 1080, and engine out acceleration say 1080. Great, that's all complete. Let's check the QNH on the EFIS panel. 999 showing 80 feet. 999. EFIS panel FD showing show constraint. How is the weather today? No, we don't need ILS guidance for departure. Will it use an Arcane 10? This one Arcane 40 will display the VOR1 and ADF2. Let's put ADF2 the same as 1. There we go. And speed is dashed, heading is dashed, altitude will do an initial altitude of 7,000. And we're good. PFD, ND, they're showing all normal indications. Okay, at this point we will be asking for ATC clearance. Let's see if anybody came online, maybe on about same. No, still nobody. Too early in the morning. Okay, so let's pretend we have our clearance. Start APU. There we go. Let's do our briefing. In terms of threats today, well, we're at Heathrow and there's quite a lot of traffic, so we just need to be careful on the taxi out for traffic. But apart from that, nothing particular. There's no terrain around Heathrow, so it's a fairly good departure. There's no mail items for the aircraft, brand new aircraft. There's no terms applied today. The weather, let's check the weather. Currently, winds at 20014 knots, so a little bit of quite a lot of crosswinds actually. So we're gonna have quite a lot of crosswind from the left. So we'll need to apply right rudder. Then for the rest, visibility is good, scattered at 2,700, broken and 4,400. So no problems with the weather. We don't need a departure alternate. We can come back to Heathrow if we have any problems. There we go. Now in terms of weather on arrival, we'll just check it quickly now since it's a short hop. Weather on arrival is winds at 170 at 12 knots. So straight crosswind there. Visibility is 10,000 and a few clouds at 1,500. So that's good as well. We don't need to plan for an arrival alternate. We are parked at stand 511. We're gonna be pushing back facing north, and then we'll taxi all the way via Alpha, all the way down to Alpha 3 for runway 27 right. Runway is 3,900 meters and it's dry, so standard departure flaps 1, and that's all good. Now let's check. Actually, we could do. No, we're not gonna do. I was thinking of doing an engine one, only one engine taxiing, but it's just annoying to have to counteract that. The asymmetric thrust is in X-plane is exaggerated, so it's a bit of a pain. Okay, let's check the FNC data. So we said A319-100 CFM engines, database is current. Today we are flying from Heathrow to Jersey. We're going to be speedboard 2770, cruising at a flight level of 290. Weights are entered as per operational flight plan, and we have 55.60 fuel weight and 29 cent CG. Block fuel 4.2. That gives us an extra time of, well, 4 minutes, 100 kilos extra, so that's perfect there. Flight plan, we're starting from departing from runway 27 right. We'll intercept the radial to 256, turn left and then turn right to 2581. A few constraints there, above 3000, but we're going to be at 6000 already there, and then the usual constraints out of Heathrow, staying at 6000 all the way up to the end of the seat. Speed constraint is nothing apart from the classic 250 below 10,000. Distance is 172 miles against the 174 on the operational flight plan. 35 minutes instead of 42, so 7 minutes saving there. In terms of RadNav page, we said that as per charts we've tuned London VOR, Ockham VOR and the NDB, the Woodley NDB, in case we need it. Optimal flight level 372, we're going to reach a maximum of 290 today, and we have Heathrow 27 right in case we need to come back. Performance flaps 1, flex temp 65, V speeds 149, 149, 152. Initial stop altitude today is going to be 7,000, which is entered in the FCU and on the BFD in blue. Flaps 1, flex temp 65. Perfect. Fuel prediction, planning on arriving with 2.6 on board, and operational flight plan says 2.3, so we're good there. Second flight plan we've entered coming back to 27 right. That's all good there. Perfect. APU has been running for definitely a minute, so APU bleed can go on. External power can come off. Disconnect external power, and now we can put the fuel pumps on. Let's call pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
In the meantime, it started to rain. Oh, it's getting worse here. Okay, fuel on board 4.2. We've selected performance here and a flight plan on the first officer FMGC. Can do a before start checklist down to the line. Cockpit preparation completed. Barrel F999 set on both.
Okay, all doors and
Parking
hatches are
brake
closed,
is
ready to connect.
on. Fuel on board 4.2. NAB has been loaded. Flex temp is 65 and speeds 149, 149, 152. Okay, let's pretend we're asking for pushback and start, and that's been approved. So beacon light can go on. Windows and doors. Close the cockpit door. Check all the doors are closed. Windows showing red and showing red. Thrust levers on idle. Transponder we can switch now. Well, put a generic.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Squawk code, we'll put transponder, and we're good to go below. Start checklist below the line. Signs on and auto. Beacon is on. Transponder is on transponder. Nose wheel steering disconnect is showing on the ECAM as we're pushing back, and windows and doors are closed and flight deck door is locked. Release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Can start the clock for the block time. Lovely. Engine mode selector to ignition. 40 pressure showing. Let's start engine number 2. good start for engine number 2. We can start engine number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting toes. Stand by.
Here we go. Engine number 1 started. We can start the chrono. Even though we're taxiing to runway 27 right, so we're definitely gonna have the engines nice and warm, but we'll check that 3 minutes of warm-up time. Okay, engine mode selector can go back to normal. APU bleed off. Engine anti-ice today might 11 degrees, just 1 degree above, so we don't need it.
Bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
APU can go off. Ground spoiler armed. Flaps to 1. Rudder trim is 0. Let's check our friendly tank driver. There we go. Pin in the hand. Pitch trim hand wheel. Let's check what it was. So it's 30, so up 0.1, so practically there. Up 0.1, and that is set. Door page, slides are all armed, and we can do after start checklist. Ground crew clearance seen, anti-ice not needed, flaps 1 plus F green and 1 blue here. APU off, yellow electric pump off, as with 2 engines taxi, and ECAM status is checked. After start checklist complete. Check the flight controls. Full forward, neutral, full back, neutral, full left, neutral, full right, neutral, rudder, left, neutral, right, neutral. Perfect. Let's pretend we have the taxi clearance. Nose light goes on. Check left, clear, right, clear. Parking brake released, and brake pressure is 0. Let's pull them up a little to get going. We said we'll turn on alpha. Clear left, clear right, apart from the usual tank driver. Okay, away from ground personnel, we can start putting the radar, weather radar 2 on, PWS auto, and transponder TRA. come up. Terrain, we don't really need it, we'll just put it there. Auto brake max. Takeoff config, all good. So as we said, a quick departure briefing again. So runway is going to be 27 right, and we're good. We're heading 90, so that makes sense. The seat is going to be the Goxie 2 Foxtrot. Start runway heading above 460. We'll turn left on the 256 radial from London down to 7 DME, and then turn right heading 269. Maintain maximum of 6,000 all the way up to the end of the sit. And well, let's put 6,000 there on the FCU, so we have it there. Per page, 27 right, full length, flaps 1. Speeds 149, 149, 152 on the PFD, climbing nav blue. And 6,000 is there in 1 FD2. So that's all good. Very busy Heathrow this morning. Nice, and Air Canada 777. Let's see if traffic globally is polite enough and lets me pass, or no, not polite. Okay, let's do that before takeoff checklist down to the line. Flight controls have been checked. TCAS is TARA. Load sheet acknowledged. Trims, we said 30 and 0. Departure brief is confirmed. Takeoff data, it's all there. Flaps 1 plus F green on the ECAM and 1 blue on the FMGC. ECAM memo, takeoff. No blue, just the cabin to advise. Before takeoff checklist down to the line complete. We might want to depart from A4. Let's see what happens if we do that. A4, I believe, is 300 meters. The base speed didn't even change. Let's start from A4. Somebody coming in to land. There we go. Brake. Let's check the brake temperature. That's good. We didn't do a turnaround, so nice and low. Let's pretend we're receiving ATC clearance. We can put our lights, runway turn off, landing lights, taxi light to take off, strobe is on, cabin crew, seats for departure. Nobody around. We can go ahead. Pack 1, pack 2 off before takeoff. Checklist below the line. Takeoff runway is 27 right, confirmed. We'll have a sign there. Cabin crew signal given and packs are off before takeoff checklist complete. Engines are warm, that's 10 minutes. Reset the chrono. Again, fuel 4 tons. We got climb and nav blue. And 1 FD2. There we go, let's pull them up. 50% stable, start the chrono. Man flex 65 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set. (100) checked. V1 rotate. Positive right, gear up. Above 100 feet. Okay. Select autopilot. Lever climb. Speed trend was negative. Wait until we pitch down a little. Positive speed trend. Lever climb. Thrust climb, climb, and nav. Auto thrust right. Pax 1 can go on. 10 seconds. Flaps can go up. And Pax 2 on. Flap 0. Ground spoiler. We can disarm. Lights can come off. Traffic is behind us, so it's good. Yeah. Yeah, traffic global is a bit sometimes enthusiastic with the traffic. Fantastic visibility. Vertical speed. Traffic. Still behind us. Okay, we can select 290. Still obey the constraint. Alt constraint, nav. Okay, after takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, ACOM is checked. And we can set the altimeter to standard now at 6000. After takeoff checklist complete. Let's pretend we've been cleared to 290. Thrust climb, open climb, nav. Finally coming up in the clear. Okay, it's nice and clear here. Seatbelts off. Can put airport on the FO and D. Run nav page we can clear. Second referral plan, we can copy the active. And we can put on the prod page the arrival. Runway 08. And fuel prediction is 2.6, still the same. Good. Quick check. When is the top of the descent going to be? It's only 50 miles, so we need to start preparing now already, quickly. So approach, let's check EGJJ, QNH 1001, and we check it on the standby, so we don't forget it. Temperature is going to be 12 degrees, and winds 170 at 14, 170 at 14. Let's get our charts up. EGJJ. So the arrival is going to be JW1X. Then we have approach ILS 08, airport chart, and there we go. Now the decision altitude is going to be ILS 470. And we're good. Let's just check the plan. There, we're gonna be Lelna as the first waypoint, then 17 miles to the 05W, and that's 17 miles. We're gonna lose 6,000 feet in 17 miles. That's okay at that speed. Then we're gonna go to 24.6, so 32 miles to the center face. And in 32 miles we're gonna lose 8,000 feet plus quite a lot of speed. So 8,000 feet we need 24, we then have an extra 8 miles, we can lose 80, but then we're gonna be already at flaps 1 and flaps 2 before that. So that's gonna be good. Center fix. Here 8.3, and then the final approach fix is at 5.3, but that's level flight. We don't really need to be at 145 there. We have 3 miles to lose some more speed, so we can be. Center fix is 8 miles. Yeah, we want to be at 180 there. Yeah, we're gonna try. We can be a bit faster than that, and then slow down. That's 5.3, so we want to be flaps 2. Okay, perfect. So yeah, to recap, the arrival is the Jersey 1 X-ray via Lelna. So we're gonna start our descent quite a lot before Lelna, which should be, well, anytime soon really. Gonna slow down. We want to be at the center fix at 180. We're gonna be good because that's 8 miles, so 180 it's okay. We can then slow down in the last 3 miles at 145, so we'll be at flaps 1 at the center fix, and then we'll put flaps 2 before the final fix. Gear down shortly after, and then we're gonna land on a relatively short runway. But first, let's have a look here. Now with the ILS, it's going to be tuned. Well, it's not tuned yet. It will auto-tune a little later. It's 110.9. Final approach course is going to be A3. Glide slope will start from 2,000 here. We cannot set it yet. See how long to top of descent. Well, top of climb, top of descent are, well, 15 miles from each other. Good. Come down to 2,000 feet. Intercept there at 5.3 DME. Glide slope is a standard 3 degrees. Airport elevation is 277, but we'll do our positional checks, so the radio altimeter should come alive at 2,500 because we're over water. MSA is 1,900, so no worries about terrain. It's a very flat island, Jersey. 277 airport elevation, and the missed approaches climb straight ahead at 3,000 feet. We turn right on heading 180, and then as directed by ATC, maximum 210 knots. No, MTA is 470, RVR is 1,000 meters. We have plenty more. Runway is very, very short. It's 1,700 meters, which is pretty much the limit of this plane. So we need to make sure we have auto brake medium, reverses full. We will vacate A1 at the end of the runway, and then come back all the way to Alpha and Juliet and park somewhere here. Possibly park in one of these stands. The weather, let's see if it's changed. Still the same. Scattered at 2,200, so no problems with visibility there. That's complete. as well the go around page. So altitude 270, so 1270, 1270, 1270 engine out acceleration. Can wind this back down to 2000. Fuel, we're good. Quick scan of the cam pages. Oil pressure and temperature is okay. Blade all normal. Landing elevation auto 600 feet. That's interesting. Database is wrong. Let's put in manual. $200 feet. Doesn't make that much difference, but that's strange. Must be wrong on the database. Electric page all good. Hydraulics all full pressure. Fuel is balanced. Maybe, oh, we can do the check on the fuel. Fuel used 1360, on board is 28, so that makes 4,200. 4,200 is what we started with, so we don't have a leak. Aircon 2.2, nice and comfy. Flight controls also good. Okay, about to be ready to start. We'll wait until, well, 5 miles, 4 or 5 miles. There we go, start the descent. Back, descent, nav. Green dot is coming down, now intercepting. And we're good, we're on the descent path. $81 truck miles. We need to do is 25,000 feet, so that's 75 truck miles plus deceleration, so we are okay. The wind is a crosswind, so we might have to change runway at the last minute. So what we're gonna do, let's see if we can put into the secondary the option of coming to land on runway 26. So in that case, we will land ILS-26 via JC1 Whiskey via Jersey. There we go, so we have an alternative in case the wind turns. And the wind has actually just done. I'm checking the meter. The wind is now 230 at 17 knots. So we're definitely not landing on runway 80, especially with 1,700 meters. So secondary flight plan. Activate secondary. There we go. Let's enter again. So meter is now QNH still the same. Temperature is 10. Winds 230 at 17. And let's change the charts. Jersey 1 Whiskey. Now we're going to do Lelna, then we'll turn into Angla. And we're going to go to the VR, to the Jersey VR. And then arrival, approach is ILS runway 26. Decision altitude is 471. Intercept altitude is still going to be 2000. Let's check what's happening with the speeds. So Lelna down to Angla at the VOR at 238. Then we make a left turn. Speed constraint in 185, yeah, we're nearly going to make that. 3,300, then turning left and intercepting at 2,000 at the center fix. Again, 8.5, we're going to be already at 145, no need, we'll keep it a little faster maybe. And then again, glide slope is the same, 5.5. DME, we're going to be flaps 2 and gear down. Mixed approach in this case is the same the other way around. Climb straight ahead at 3,000 and turn left 180. Perfect. Let's check the rad nav as now tuned 110.3 on a 263 course. Beautiful. We are on profile. We'll go around the page. We need to change that as well. 1270 and 1270. One thing we didn't do, transponder below and weather radar reset. 15,000 feet. Let's put the seatbelts on. Fuel 2.5, just an extra 100 kilos, which is exactly what we had. They're extra to begin with. Temperature is -13. Definitely into those clouds, a little bit of anti-ice. Deceleration point coming up there. So QNH is 1001. So yeah, when we set 1001 will be lower than it's indicating now, so that's good. If it was the opposite, if we had a very high QNH on arrival, we need to be careful, because then you could be missing a few hundred feet on your descent. Perfect. Speed constraint, leveling off. (10,000 feet), we can put FO back to constraint, LS. And we've checked that our nav is tuned. Jersey, we're going to be 3,500, which is 6,000 feet, and we have 18 miles. That's perfect. Let's pretend we've been cleared to a lower altitude, so we can set standard So we can set out the standard actual QNH 1001. 1001. Cross-checked 1, 2, 3 times. Let's see if the landing elevation changed on the other runway. Oh, that's 600, still 600. Okay, we set the QNH, so we're going to approach checklist. ECA status checked, approach briefing is being confirmed. Minima Baro 471. 471 set on both. Approach phase not active yet, we're still flying at 250 for a while, so we'll leave it there. And QNH is set 1001 on both. Approach checklist complete. The airport should be somewhere there. Yes, there it is. EasyJet and British at the terminal. Lovely little island, Jersey. I lived on Jersey for 6 months of my life. Takes 1 hour and 15 minutes to go around it all by car. But it does have some beautiful beaches on the south coast. This beach over here and this one over here. Absolutely fantastic. As Mediterranean a climate as it gets in the UK. And I used to work here in St. Petersburg, just in front of the harbor. Where was it? Just here. Okay, approach base is now active. Slowing down. Altitude is now the 2000 blue. We selected. Start the lights. Turn on the lights. You can put +1 now. Speed check. can activate the approach button. Radial altimeter should come up at 2500 if the QNH is correct. $2,500 position check. Localizer star. Localizer captured. Autopilot 2 active. Can put flaps to. Fair bit of crosswind here. Glide slope is blue, so it's armed. Glide slow start. And flaps to 5 miles. Let's help ourselves a little bit. Let's go gear down now. Gear down, 3 green. Flaps 3. Arm the spoiler. Missed approach altitude. Set. Flaps full. Cabin crew seats for landing. Let's do our landing checklist. Landing checklist: auto brake is a medium. ECA memo landing no blue. We have landing gear down. Signs are on. Spoilers armed. 1000 stable. And flaps are full. NDA 471. Don't know why recently I've been getting a bit of stutter when OBS is running. Never happened before, and now it's stuttering, which doesn't help, but only when OBS is running. Hundreds above. Autopilot disconnect. Minimums continue. the stutter.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10.
Oh my god, the stutter here, what the hell? Reverser green, auto brake working. Stow the reversers. Looks like my days of recording videos are finished unless I sort out the stutter. There we go, spoilers disarmed, flaps up. Lights off. Weather radar off. PWS off. Transponder standby. Let's park next to the EasyJet and let's start the APU. After landing checklist, exterior lights set, flaps 0, ground spoiler disarmed, APU started, radar off, and TICA standby. After landing checklist complete. Look at the stutter here, it's terrible. Anybody watching this video knows why that could be? Please let me know, because it's fine most of the time to a little bit of stutter, but on approach, on landing, makes it really impossible. Anyway, apologies for the hard landing, ladies and gentlemen, but welcome to Jersey. There we go, parking brake. APU is available, engines can come off. Open the cockpit door so I can get out and apologize for the landing, and seatbelts off, no smoking off. Engines is pulled down, so beacon off, and fuel pumps off. There we go. Thank you very much for joining me on this flight, and I'll see you on another occasion. Thank you guys. Bye now.